What if I told you that one of the most powerful tools to completely hack your brain, your mood, and your entire life is something you've been doing since the second you popped into this world? Yep, we're talking about breathing. Now, over the last few years, the hype around breathwork has been everywhere. Athletes are doing it, high-powered CEOs, therapists are recommending it, Navy SEALs are using it to stay calm under fire, and wellness retreats are basically building whole weeks around it. On one hand, you've got people swearing it cured their anxiety, opened their third eye, and fixed their posture of male pattern baldness. I wouldn't know anything about that. On the other hand, you've got skeptics rolling their eyes. Guys, it's literally just taking a deep breath. Relax. So which is it? Is breathwork a legit superpower or just really expensive air? What actually happens when you change up how you inhale and exhale? By the end of today's episode, you're going to know what breathwork actually is, the weird science of why it works, and whether it's worth adding to your weekly routine, or if you should stick to breathing like a normal human. Let's get into it. Everyone already understands breathwork. Here's the funny thing about breathwork. You're already an expert. Seriously, you've been doing advanced breathwork your whole life. You just called it having emotions. Think about it. When was the last time you opened a completely unexpected email? Maybe it was from your boss or an ex, or it was a surprise message from your doctor that just said, "Call me ASAP." What do? Well, you instantly froze up and held your breath like a ninja hiding in a closet. Or think about those times you solved a soul-crushing problem, you hit send on that massive project, or you let out that dramatic whole-body sigh that sounded like deflating a pool. We do this all day. You take that giant heroic gulp of air right before walking onto stage. You start breathing fast like a frantic puppy after getting into a ridiculous argument. And have you ever watched a sleeping baby breathe? It's pure, belly-rising, unbothered peace. Must be nice, right? No bills, no inbox, food on demand. Point is, your breath has been reactively riding the roller coaster of your life since day one. You already know this connection exists, maybe you just didn't notice. You don't need a double-blind scientific study to prove it. You've lived it. Now, we know your emotions can hijack your breathing, but you can turn the tables and use your breathing to regulate your emotions. And that's where the real magic and the fun begins. So what is breathwork? At its core, breathwork is just taking your breathing off of autopilot and grabbing the steering wheel for a second. It's using intentional breathing patterns to shift how your body feels, how your mind behaves, and how you show up in the moment. That's it. No secret handshakes, no mystical mumbo jumbo, no requirement to go live in a cave and eat berries. Just using your breath on purpose instead of letting your brain run wild in the background. Now, obviously, not all breathing exercises are created equal, just like not all physical movement is the same. I mean, shuffling to the mailbox in your slippers and training for a grueling marathon are both technically movement, but one gets you the mail and the other makes you question every life choice that brought you to mile 22. Breathwork is similar. It's a huge toolbox with different tools for different jobs. Some styles are designed to chill your frazzled nervous system out, and some are built to sharpen your focus or boost athletic performance. Some are basically a natural snooze button to help you drop off to sleep. And then you have what we practice at breath.energy, conscious connected breathing. This is designed to take you deeper into self-awareness through a continuous, sustained rhythm of breathing. Different tools for different goals. The good news? You don't need to memorize a giant encyclopedia of breathing techniques today. The real magic is just understanding why swapping out your automatic breathing pattern for an intentional one has such a crazy powerful effect on your whole system in the first place. Why does breathwork work? Your breath is a glitch in the matrix. Most of your internal systems are locked away from you. You don't sit there at 1 p.m. actively telling your stomach, "Okay, now digest that burrito." You don't manually beat your own heart. Thank goodness, because we'd all be in trouble. And you don't micromanage your immune system. They're running on autopilot, and that's a good thing. But breathing is the ultimate hybrid. It happens automatically while you're sleeping or scrolling on your phone, but the second you decide to take the wheel, that makes your breath a bridge between your automatic body and your conscious mind. The control panel connecting your body, your brain, and your awareness. When you change your breath, your biology shifts. And when your biology shifts, your entire mental and emotional state tags along for the ride. It's why you breathe like a frantic hummingbird when you're stressed, slow and steady when you're chilling on the couch, and gasp when someone jumps out and scares you, and big and deep when you finally step off a 10-hour flight. Whew. Your breath is constantly reporting on how you feel inside. Breathwork flips the script. Instead of asking, how am I breathing because of how stressed I feel, breathwork asks, what happens if I intentionally... It's not woo-woo, it's biology. Why do people practice breathwork? People wander into breathwork for an infinite number. Some want to curb that random anxiety, get laser focused at work, manage their emotions without snapping at traffic, or catch a single quiet minute in a world that refuses to slow down. Some people got to the top of the ladder of success and thought there would be more. They're all valid. Most people show up looking for quick relief. They want the mental equivalent of an ice pack. But once they stick around for a few sessions, they start discovering something way deeper. They start noticing themselves. They start catching their own patterns, their weird quirks, their automatic habits, their knee-jerk reactions, and how they show up in their relationship. It turns out breathwork is a bit of a bait and switch. It starts off being about how you take an inhale and an exhale, but it ends up changing how you relate to yourself. What makes conscious connected breathing different? I mentioned earlier, the breathwork universe is vast. There are a lot of different styles out there. The primary style that we use is called conscious connected breathing. Instead of taking a breath, pausing, letting it out, and then pausing there, conscious connected breathing keeps the inhale and the exhale flowing in one continuous, unbroken loop. There's no pauses, there's no stopping. It's a smooth, steady circle of air. All these sessions are longer than your quick 2-minute box breathing exercises. We give it time because it takes a minute for your overthinking brain to realize, oh, wait, we're doing something different now, and settle into the experience. This isn't better than every other breathing technique out there. It's built for a different job. If you need to stop your hands from shaking 2 minutes before a giant presentation, there's a breath for that. If you're trying to crush a personal record on the bench press or on a run, there's a breath for that too. But conscious connected breathing, it's not a quick tune-up. It's an invitation to pull over, pop the hood, and take a look at what's going on inside. What should you do next? We don't have a giant list of homework or demand you sit in lotus position for 45 minutes today. I want you to do something way easier. For the next 24 hours, become aware of your own breath. Watch it. Notice what your breathing does when you get frustrated in gridlock traffic. Notice what happens when you're excited or hyper-focused on a project. Watch what it does when you're talking to someone you love or when a sudden wave of stress hits. Don't try to modify it. Don't try to make it look cool or zen. Observe it. Because pretty quickly you're going to notice something wild. Your breath has been whispering the secret, unfiltered story of your inner life the entire time. And once you spot that connection, a big light bulb goes off. If the way you breathe is a direct mirror of how you're experiencing life, then learning to breathe differently might be the trick to experiencing life differently, which is why we say, how you breathe is how you live. If you're ready to stop just hearing about it and actually feel what a conscious connected breathing session is all about, come join us for a class at breath.energy. We'd love to have you join us here in Arizona or online. In our next episode of this Foundation series, we're diving into the question that comes next. How does breathwork work inside our bodies? Until then, thank you for listening. Like and subscribe. How you breathe is how you live. Notice your next breath.